Okay, hi, this is Pat, and I'm with
Marisol Rubio from, I'm a 16 delegate, and I am running for State Senate District 7.
So why did you decide to run? What separates you from the rest of the people running right now?
I have been a caregiver, a primary caregiver of a brain cancer survivor for the past 23 years. And over those 23 years, I have had not only firsthand experience advocating for her on the educational and medical front, but I've also went back to school during that time to inform myself better about how I could support my daughter educationally and medically by studying neurobiology. And then I went on as well to teach bilingual science classes and tutors children who had learning disabilities. So I've in turn applied what I learned to not only help my daughter, but to help other children who are also having challenges. As a result, what I have seen over the past three decades, is that not much, any major legislation has passed to help children who fall on the borderline in terms of cognitive learning disabilities. And I feel that, and nobody is really paying mind to it, and I am trying to be that voice for kids who have special needs and for parents who are trying to support their children as well.
So what other issues are important to you besides that?
Aside from that, I'm very passionate about our environment. I think that the fact that we have 12 years before we surpass the 1.5 Celsius max that we can afford to, not even afford, I would say. Basically, before it's a catastrophic situation, we really need to prioritize climate change. We need to make that an issue. It's a crisis, it's an urgency, and we need to respond as such. I also feel that that our education should be more affordable for anyone who is making under $100,000. A family in California making $100,000 it's insufficient, especially if they have two children in college. How are they going to pay for that? They can't afford that. That's not a reality. Our housing crisis, we definitely have to bear in mind there has to be rent stabilization. This is raising rents. Like where I live, for example, the rent went up $600 per month in 15 months. That's astonishing to me. Like, how does someone with a fixed income accommodate that? And I would say also, I think we also have to prioritize getting big money out of politics. I'm running a corporate-free campaign. This is all people-powered. It's 100% contributions from individuals.
Right, so I'm assuming that separates you from the establishment pick?
Absolutely.
Which is?
Steve Placer.
Great. And how have you found the party support?
The party support so far, I've received good support from a lot of our progressive candidates, including Kimberly Ellis. She's a wonderful person. And they're very excited about my candidacy, and I think people are ready for change.
Okay, so what are your feelings on Just Cause?
I think that in terms of Just Cause, we have to make sure that we protect renters from possible retaliation, say for example from a landlord that's disgruntled with them for whatever reason. Especially, I also feel in addition to that, we need to provide protections for renters so that they are able to organize and petition when their rent increases unreasonably within a short period of time.
Right. And rent control is a huge issue in your district, I'm assuming?
It is. It's a huge
And
problem.
What is your district? What areas does it cover?
It covers all of Contra Costa County for the most part, as well as Tri-Valley, and the areas I know where, especially in my area, which is around San Ramon and Danville, there's been a lot of development. In Brentwood also, there's been a lot of development over there, and developers are wanting to build more so horizontally than vertically, and what we're trying to encourage more so is that they use the existing space that they have now to build more vertically first before they resort to trying to push back those protected lines and using protected space, because then we are obviously going to encroach even further into the natural habitat of our wildlife.
Yes. So, how do you feel the party has supported you? Are you being embraced by the party?
So far, I feel I've had a really positive response. Fortunately, a lot of the people I've just spoken from my heart. To be honest with you, just like I am with you right now. And I think there is a hunger from a lot of people in the party that they want to see fundamental change soon, like now, preferably.
And there's not a lot of trust, so authenticity
It's very important. It's very important, and I think that's something I can provide. And I think they're also looking for someone who's not going to easily bend with the wind, or cave into pressure, because that can happen a lot, especially when you're a vote. People are going to try to make you change your vote, and this is one of the things I think that really makes me, is going back to the question you brought up initially, what makes you a unique candidate. I think especially having been with the situation with my daughter, I had to so many times sit before doctors, a team of doctors, or a team of educational specialists who were telling me to do one thing or the other, and had I actually listened to them, my daughters would possibly not even be here. Well, I think Medicare for All is something that we definitely need. I believe that in terms of, we have to educate the public more so about, about how this actually benefits businesses, and it's much more cost efficient for them. A simple 1% increase in tax to corporations would cover that cost, and it would actually provide, in turn, an 8% savings for them. And I think if people began to realize that this is actually smart business, not necessarily like just saying, hey, we're trying to give out something for free. I think they'd realize that this is actually a good idea, and it's the right solution. In reality, we already pay for people who don't have insurance. And this is why, when you go into an ER room or you get medical care in a hospital, it's so expensive. A simple bandage could cost you $20. They're absorbing those costs in indirect ways.
When is the vote?
When is the vote? Our primary is March 3rd of 2020. And we could definitely use a lot of help. We're running against a very, very, very well-funded, corporately funded campaign. Yes. So we definitely need support, whether it's volunteering or donations, of course. You can give us your $27. You can go to Marisol4ca.com. That's my website. And peruse the page and take a look, and you can see my stance on the issues there as well. And please sign up. We'd love to hear from you as well. If you have any suggestions, I would be very glad to hear what you have to share.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Appreciate the time. Thanks.
Thank you. Likewise.